The next section we're going to look at are basic statistics. We have three different things we're going to be looking at. Now stats, there's all different kind of things and measurements and different concepts that we can get into. We're not going to get any further than these three here. These are the most basic and most common ones that you will see when dealing with these. And they all deal with something similar to, as a general term, is called average. They're called the three M's: mean, mode, and median. What they each denote: mean denotes average, mode denotes the most common, and median denotes the middle, the exact middle of your list. The fourth thing we're going to look at, it doesn't have anything to do with average, but it's called range. And that is the difference between the largest and the smallest entry. There are 5 different steps that we have to take in order to, when working with these different concepts, these 4 concepts. First, you order your list. You put it in ascending order from the smallest to largest. Then you find your median, the exact middle. Then you have the mean, which is the average. We found earlier how to find average. You take the total of all your entries divided by the total number of entries. Then you look and find your mode. The mode will be very obvious once you have your list ordered, and that'll be the most common number. Then you calculate your range. Getting back to mode for a second, if there is no number that appears more than once, then the answer is no mode, and that's possible. With the median, sometimes there's a number that as your median that did not even appear on your list, and I'll show you what that means over here. We have a list of numbers: 6, 4, 12, 8, and 7. Now the first step in our list here is order our list. So we have 4 first, then 6, then 7, 8, and then 12. Now notice as I was writing it down, I crossed out the numbers. We're dealing here with 5 numbers, and you're probably not going to get them confused. But what if you had 500 numbers? Would you remember that you already used this 4 if there are 17 4s? So you have to make sure that, just make a little mark in your list to cross it off whenever you are reordering these. Now, in our steps, I said after we order our list, find the median. The median is the exact middle. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 entries here. Start at the end and work our way to the middle. That is, right there, that number, 7 is the median. So we'll put that in the median column. Then we look for the mean. The mean is taking the average of all these numbers, so we have to add them. 12 plus 8 is 20, 27, 33, 37. 37 is the total of all those entries there. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 entries. The mean will be found by dividing 37 by 5, which is the equivalent of 5 goes into 37 7 times with a remainder of 2. So 7 2/5 is our mean, our average of all those numbers. Next we look for our mode. Now mode is the answer that appears the most frequently. I told you earlier that sometimes you have no mode because all the numbers appear one time. You also can have multiple modes. If you have a list where there's a number that appears more than a couple numbers that appear 3 times or twice, you can have a couple modes. Lastly, we want to find our range. The range, as you may recall, is the difference between the largest entry and the smallest entry. Our entries here, our entries over here are 12 and 4. So their difference is 12 minus 4, or 8. So the range of our numbers are 8. Here's an application problem for you. You're riding in a car with 4 other people, 2 of which are taller than you, and 2 of which are shorter than you. Who has the median height in the car? Well, if you were just to draw a simple little situation, you don't have to draw a car. You can if you like. Make it stick people. 2 people are taller. Here's you right here. 2 people are taller than you. 2 people are shorter than you. Who has the median height? Well, it's obvious who's in the middle, but even if you're not sitting in the middle, what if this shorter person is over here? Or if this taller person is over here? We're not asking who's in the middle, or what if you're out over here. It's asking who has the median height. Well, median is easy if you know what the word means. It means middle. You have the median height in that particular car. Many of you have to get utility bills. And we're going to do an application problem using utility bills for each month. I'm going to write down a list of bills here that we got for every month, right? Using the first letter of every month. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. In each of these months, your utility bill was 90, 95, 80, 70, 65, 70, 90, 100, 85, 70, 75, and 85. We want to find out what's the mean, median, the mode, and the range of our bills here. The first step, order your list. 65 is the lowest number. We have 170. Another 70. A third 70. So here, notice when you have more than 5 entries, 6, it's important to cross those off. There aren't any 70. Oh, there is 175. Next we go to 80. No more 80s. And we look for 85. Here's one. Here's a second. And the 85s are done. Now go to 90. Second 90 here. 90s are done. Then 95. And one left, the 100. All right. If we were to find first of all, we ordered our list. Then we need to find the median. Well, we know that there are 12 months in the year. So if you were to count from the edges, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. This right here is the exact middle. So we need to find out the middle of those two numbers. The middle of those two numbers is 82.5. So the median bill is $82.50. Then we find the average. For time's sake, we won't go through the process, or actually do it, but I'll show you the process. Add all these numbers up, and then divide by 12, because that's the number of months. And that number comes out to be $81.25. Mode is the bill that was the most common. 70 appeared 3 times, 85 is twice, 90 is twice, but $70 is the most common bill. The last one is the range of all the bills. What kind of a range did we have? What was the highest and what was the lowest? Our lowest was 65, our highest was 100, so we have a range of $35 for those particular bills. Typically in a list, not always the case, but typically in a list, the median and the mean are very close to each other. It's not always the case, but a lot of times it is. The mode can be anything because it's just the most common. And the range obviously is the difference of those two. So that is the basics of statistics and our view of them.